Warning.
You are now.
Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
Hey everybody, I'm Javina, the owner of Royal Queen Clean Janitorial Service. We do cleaning services for apartments, vacant units, vacation homes, as well as office spaces and more. If you feel like you need your home treated like royalty, give me a call. My number is 313-662-4042, or you can reach us on Facebook as Royal Queen Clean JS, Instagram the same, and TikTok as well.
7 Mile Radio.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Have Marci on Us podcast every Monday at 8-ish, as promised.
What time is it at?
8-ish. 8 p.m. p.m.ish. p.m. for sure. 8-ish p.m. for sure, every Monday. Thank y'all for coming back. And I'm so happy that I have two of my former co-hosts in the building. Well, former co-host and former guest in the building. And I just want to say welcome back to Ricky.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Ricky.
So happy to be back.
I missed you a whole lot. Hold on, you're going to get a round of applause in a minute. It's in my heart, but it's going to play. There we go. Welcome back, Ricky.
Thank you.
About how many weeks has it been?
I know it's been 7 whole days and 7 whole nights.
And I've been waiting about you.
Hey!
Okay, it's good to see you. Yes. And congratulations on your new whip.
Thank you. Congratulations on all that. Everybody keeps telling me congratulations. And I'm looking at them like, congratulations on all this debt that I just literally like sign here for debt. Like every signature is like $5,000 worth of debt. Like sign here.
I feel you.
And
but
the interest charge is terrible. Please,
right
folks.
now buying a car, so I need to pray for you.
Man.
You want to make a lot of money though off, with the vehicle.
No, I'm not.
I mean, going to make money with it.
Yeah, that part.
I mean, that's what I mean. Going to make money with. I mean, it's going to help you make money.
Yeah, I'm not.
Not having a vehicle costs a lot too.
It does. Like I've been without a vehicle on and off for the past 2 months. So it's
yeah.
So I fixed my vehicle and then it broke again, and I was like, "Fuck this shit."
You've been Ubering.
I've been Ubering. I've been renting cars and just driving your own shit.
Okay.
Even if it has a lien on the title.
Get it how you live it. Period.
Folks, work on your credit, please. Please.
Well, we did miss you. This girl online posted something about buying from a black salesman. Not saying. Well, did you?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
It was a family dealership, so
okay.
None of the salesmen were. I thought it would be because a black girl called me. Like she was my connect person.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, this person online went to go, "Hey, Sophia." Oh, I watched her show the other day. Beautiful person, beautiful spirit. So, somebody online was looking for specifically a black woman or black person car dealer, salesperson in particular. So, anyway, congratulations on that. Jasmine, thank you for being back here today. And I also want to congratulate Jasmine, Coach Coop, on her 4th state championship with Detroit Edison girls basketball.
Yeah, we've been balling.
They definitely been balling. Okay, can you please tell us about that whole experience over the last few months, how you all got to where you are?
Yes, it's been a roller coaster, honestly, the last few months. A lot of adversity that the girls have had to overcome, a lot of fear. So our team, we won 3 years in a row. So 2017, 2018, 2019. And then the last 2 years we couldn't play because of COVID. And so 2020, the state canceled the tournament. Last year you could play if you passed COVID tests. And so in the state tournament we had some kids test positive. And so just fearful that, this time somebody's going to catch COVID. And so Just a lot of fear, but
So playing under that anxiety is different. Oh wow!
And we take tests every Monday, and so last Monday was the last test, and it's like
poor noses.
Did you pass your last test? Oh yeah, my poor nose. But they got better with the test. They don't really go up in there anymore.
What do they do now?
Just the tip. Put the tip in.
They just
put the tip in.
Because you're balling.
Yeah. Just put the tip in.
So congratulations, and we did cover your Miss Basketball, your third or fourth Miss Basketball.
Yes,
we did cover her last week. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And did you get those pictures that I sent? I did take some of your pictures.
You don't own the rights to these pictures.
I do not own the rights to these pictures, but the person that does is here.
Yeah, but it's all good. It's promoting. That's not an award that a lot of black girls win. And so for us to win the last 4 is just a tremendous honor. So
that's what's up.
So blast it all around, please.
Absolutely, beautiful photos. And this is my favorite picture. Look at Jasmine.
What I'm doing.
Coaching.
Me
and you. So along with coaching, and she does a few other things. One in particular is her nonprofit organization. Also, that's who's sponsoring this show today. Please tell us about your organization, the I Can Too Foundation.
Yeah, so like Rick said earlier, you got to learn about credit, right?
Yes.
So I Can Too, I created it really just centered around financial literacy, providing equitable opportunities and travel. And so just kind of growing up for myself and a lot of my peers.
I'm sorry.
Just the lack of knowledge just around like credit and savings and just a lot of things. And so you enter the real world and in college and most of us wind up in some kind of financial trouble. And so
Absolutely.
that's one angle that I kind of thought about. And then I travel a lot, right? And so every time I go on a trip as a 32-year-old woman, I learn something about life or a perspective I gain about different cultures, and it just motivates me and infuses me with just something I can't really express. And I think, if young people have opportunities to travel, it can kind of open up their minds. And then the equitable resources and extracurricular activities like tennis and golf, things that are not for us. And so I feel like if you have these 3 things at your foundation, you can do anything you want to do. So I can too. And so it's not you can too, but it's, because it's like a self-affirmation and you kind of see it over and over again. And so that's really what it's about.
I like the diversifying the sports that you said weren't necessarily for us.
Right.
Because we covered the young man last week that was the first person from the PSL from Mumford High School that won wrestling.
Nice. Hey, he can too, right? I can wrestle too.
And he did mention that wrestling not only saved his high school career because he was on his way to be kicked out freshman year, but it also exposed him to, like you said, other places and other people, and it really inspired him. And this young man said that he said something about the next generation. He said, this is not just going to end with me. I'm thinking about the next generation. And I'm like, wow, I don't remember talking like that in high school.
Absolutely.
And I was going to ask you something else about the traveling. I know you for a while.
Yeah.
And you, in the last few years, you've gone probably about, I think you went to Venus and Jupiter.
You went to another planet.
Look, I'm over here like Venus. Where the fuck is that at? Oh, shit.
How many countries have you been? Have you been counting or no?
Yeah, so I keep a tally on my IG. So I've been to 15 countries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I count Canada though. So, but
I
did go.
Oh, if you ask me, I count Canada too. I've been to about 3, 4, 5,
I got is 2.
5, 6.
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey.
Yeah.
That's a flex.
Absolutely. So out of all those places, the most impactful. Sorry, am I getting too personal?
No.
Out of all those
Is my
places.
mic on? Yeah.
Okay. out of all those places, what would you say? Not want to say your favorite, but the most impactful. That one that was like, ooh, wow, like I really didn't expect this. Or I know you had a lot of those, maybe.
So I think the most impactful and on a serious tip, I would say I went to India, and it just changed my perspective on gratefulness. And I think maybe any third world country, honestly. And so it was just sad to see like the conditions and I was in New Delhi, so I don't want to speak for the whole, you
Right.
know, but it's the conditions that some of the people in that country specifically endure on a daily basis, but still manage to be great scholars and just persevere. It just kind of opened my eyes and just made me realize how, you know, how blessed we are, and not to compare, because comparison is the thief of joy, but just recognizing that the country that we live in and the circumstances that we endure on a daily basis, somebody always has it worse. And so that was the first place the first third world country I went to, and was just kind of really like, wow. So
That's what's up.
yeah, but Greece, oh, it's beautiful.
Okay. How long were you there?
In Greece, I was there for about 7 days in Santorini.
Okay.
I did it wrong. I want my mom and my sister. It's a vacation, and that's it. And I did it wrong. It's so beautiful. You gotta be with your boo.
So are you gonna go back?
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
With
yeah.
the boo.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Okay. Shout out to your mom and your sister.
Yeah,
Ain't
love
seen-
them. Yeah,
Ain't
but,
seen y'all in a while.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about my last week. Most of what I can remember. Let me see. I was a little busy last week. So last week there was a wrestling conference at the arena. Well, while we're at it, since we're sipping, let's just talk about what we're sipping. I'll save that story. So 2 shows ago, we talked about the Inner Circle Winery, Black woman owned. She in Detroit. Do you call it wine is brewed, right? Detroit brewed wine. Detroit
It's a wine.
Detroit made.
Yeah.
Okay.
Detroit-based wine company.
Detroit-based wine company. Thank you, Mark. By the way, shout out to you, Mark. Shout out to Black Mark. Miss you. Been 7 days. So I did get a chance to meet her. She's super dope, and like she's definitely a D girl, a hustler. Like I said a couple weeks ago, she used to do hair. She used to work at the plant, and she decided, I'm going to use my money to start a business so my son
She can too.
She can too. And she did.
Yeah.
So what she has is these wines that are very great in percentage.
Yeah, this is 13%. This one is CBD and 14%. I'm scared of
And
this.
they're CBD infused. She has a total of 16 flavors. 5, I believe, are not CBD infused, and the other 11 are. And Inner Circle Winery, you can find them on Instagram. Inner Circle Winery, share them with your inner circle. I think that's what her point was. You ain't say it, Tiff, but I think I get it.
Ah.
I think I got it.
Well, she's like, no, that wasn't it.
Right. Call in. Let me know. Correct me. The flavor I chose today, well, last time I had like a sweet red. The flavor I chose today was waterberry, and I didn't have CBD last time. This time I do. Jasmine, what flavor do you have?
I have candy apple, and surprisingly, it's I really like it, and not like it's a diss, but I like dry red wine. But this is pretty good. This candy apple, so.
Candy
And
apple.
I'm not even a wine drinker. We had a whole bottle of the Summer Rose yesterday on the Sunday show, and yeah, it was pretty good.
Cheers.
Yeah. What's her name? Tish?
Tiffany.
Tiffany. Shout out to Tiffany at Inner Circle Winery.
Cheers.
Cheers, yeah.
And Tiffany said you can find this on Instagram. I don't see an exact website, but I was Google Inner Circle Winery.
It's a phone number on here.
There
it
is
looks
a phone
like it's
number.
a scan code.
Okay, y'all put this number in the comments. Just type it as I'm saying it. 248-242-3015.
Oh yeah, on this one. Yeah, she has like a he called it the scan code. What are these called?
There is a
QR
scan
code.
code.
Yeah, it's a
QR
QR code. It's a-
I'm old. I'm sorry.
yeah, I'm like,
Let's see if it works. I don't think it's gonna work.
Not to the GoPro.
Okay, so
See that CBD? You tried the QR code to GoPro. You need a phone.
Marci, she probably pre-gamed on the way.
I didn't.
Of course she
did.
did. Of course she did.
Not with alcohol.
Yeah.
So yeah, on Instagram, Kanika is also Inner Circle Winery. Kanika gonna put the number in. Yeah, you're right. 242-3015. Thanks, Neek. It's a very good friend of mine. So,
Has she ever been on the show? Kanika's pretty hilarious.
okay, I've been asking her, but I think she's waiting for the perfect time. She's definitely
But
heavy in her
she's like
career.
Mike Epps to me, like a natural funny, like of circumstance. But she's hilarious.
You talking about
Like,
Kanika? I know.
Yes, your Kanika.
Hilarious.
yeah, she would be
Hilarious.
yeah, she would just be like prime. Like
She posted a status one time and I didn't get it, and then Marci cleared it up for me, and I was like, "She's an animal.
She's an animal. She's an animal. I love it. She gets me going. Okay,
Man.
when I tell you her humor
Is really, really.
And David,
something.
you look at me.
Oh my.
Don't just keep going. Like there's so
They
much
can't
going
see
on.
that. They can't see.
I don't see that. Nobody can see that. So
You got that.
Mark can see it.
yeah.
Mark's like, did you get up and put on my headphones? No, it actually didn't touch anything electrical.
Okay. So very expensive equipment in here. So
Got some questions in the comments. Look like
Yeah.
Sister Sophia's.
Sophia asked, Jasmine, what advice can you give us for perseverance?
Man, okay, I got to be on my Dr. Phil. Just life, right? So, and I'm no expert, but life happens, and it can do two things to you. It can stop you, or it can help you grow, make you better. And so, you just got to always see the light at the end of the tunnel and look at glasses half full and not half empty, and just have like a positive outlook on whatever you go through, and just recognize that there's always the other side. And that's how I persevere through things. Just keep working and just kind of learning from everything I go through, and just trying to stay positive. So thanks for making me answer that.
Okay, and I'm glad she shared it with you all because as her being my friend, she definitely helped me out with a lot of that. Like I told y'all, I moved back home, not this past February, but a whole year ago, and I'm still decompressing, okay, from being away for like 12 years. Jasmine moved back a couple years before me.
Yeah, 2013. Yeah.
Yeah, so, well, dang, that's more than a couple years before me.
Come on, don't tell our age. But and Marci, remember I always told you should host a podcast.
You did always say that.
Like, yeah.
You told me to get into things that I love to do or that I want to do and to challenge myself.
Yeah.
So I realized that I had to be more intentional about that, So this is definitely one of them, and it's actually one of the things I've been able to commit to and
Man,
stick
seriously, like we gotta give her a what kind of sound effects?
I'm not going to say this is true, but someone has described me as being non-committal before, but I had to Google that word. But I know what it meant. I know what it means, and definitely practice. It makes a habit. I'm gonna say that's perfect.
But maybe
Nell said we all told her that. What was the first thing I told you when I met you?
You look podcasty.
Exactly what I told her.
Yeah.
Podcasting.
But you were non-committal, and that's fine because you gotta be something to learn that you are, so you can learn from it, right? You gotta be non-committal to become committal, right?
I guess so. You're right. And I guess you know what? I'll admit. Guess what my fear was? Fear of failing.
Oh yeah.
Fear of failure, and that is a big thing for me. And more than I would even like to recognize, I had to really stomp it into myself. Like, what are you afraid of? Fear of failing, and it's not really a thing.
But sometimes though, it's good to not commit, because when you truly like, and this goes for work or your passion, relationships, when you do find what you're meant for, like you're gonna commit to it, and that's how you know. And so, just to give you a little leeway,
relying on that
your instinct. You read The Alchemist. Just relying on your omens.
I want to read it so bad.
It's been a long time since I actually opened it. My homeboy had the book, but I never
just relying on your omens and just trusting the universe. I think it's important. So
trusting the universe.
Yeah, trusting the universe.
And if you will, some people may say God. So back to what were we talking about last week? I said it was a wrestling tournament. Oh yeah, the national wrestling tournament was at the arena. So that was pretty interesting. I didn't know that wrestling. I know it was a big deal, but I mean, I'm realizing that wrestling fans are some of them have some of the most potent
passion.
I mean, commitments to it.
For real.
I mean, you assume that these are everybody's family. No, there are fans there that have just been coming there for 20 years. No connection, no nothing.
Nice.
It was great to see.
It's a show on Stars that centers around wrestling called Heels.
Heels?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a dope show.
Okay. And it was exciting. I learned some wrestling rules and how it goes. And Mark, that picture of that guy with the shirt on, I saw a pretty dope shirt up there. I asked him let me take a picture of this. And it's gonna actually kind of lead into what we're talking about on this show. The shirt said, "Grow women's wrestling," and it was a young white guy. probably Generation Z, you know, maybe a millennial, you know.
Don't put them on us.
I mean, it was a good message. I'm just saying,
Oh, okay,
you know,
okay. Go
grow
ahead.
women's wrestling. I mean, he's definitely caping for something completely not associated with his young white male self, you know. But it's other than his interest for wrestling, you know. He definitely was like, sure, yeah, take a picture. So it was gorgeous weather this weekend. I definitely got out, started working out more. We talked about that, being more physical, being more getting out there and actually doing things healthy for your body. With that being said, I want to start like a little, not like a walking club, but something maybe we can meet up like once a month in the park, one of these parks.
Like gangs.
A walking gang.
Because gangs meet up in parks. They all walk.
Meet up in the park.
Crip walk.
Crip walk.
Because we old as hell.
Right.
We old as hell.
I don't think those are the Crips he's talking about.
Yeah. That would be cap walk, handicap.
Handicap
walk.
Yeah.
And then, get out all those kinks that we had when we were laying down and sleep all.
Yeah, get the blood
all
flowing.
week. Yeah, get the blood flowing. The weather was nice. I think it was.
Crips and Bloods. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Nell said, I always want to start a club. Yes, I've been like this since I was a child. I had a clubhouse in my backyard. I begged my dad to build me a small wooden clubhouse. And you know what? I was the president. So, yes, I've always been like that.
How many members did you have?
Like 8. And I made them pay dues.
Was they fake members?
They lived on the block.
Oh, they lived. You made them pay dues.
Did you just say imaginary?
Yeah, I know.
People can testify to this.
I know what kind of childhood she had.
Kiera, I don't know if you're in the comments, but tell them I did and I made them pay dues.
What were the dues?
Just like some change.
Okay.
Some change.
So you've been an entrepreneur since. I mean, seriously.
Since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I had my room set up like a store. I had cashiers. My favorite toy was cashiers.
Man, that's destiny.
A bunch of cashiers. My dad said I got it from his mother. She used to back in Tuskegee, she used to sell dinners to construction workers.
Oh.
You know.
Oh, so that ain't new. I thought Auntie and them selling them dinners was new. We ain't inventing new under the sun.
Yep. She had 12 children to put them to work. They ran a farm.
Oh, look at her.
Yeah, and she left the land. So, bosshood definitely
She's
my blood.
balling.
She was balling,
Yeah.
and I'm just trying to get to her status. Shout out to you, Julia. I never met her, but so anyway, let's see. Next story we're going on here. I like to stick to Detroit. I like to stick to Detroit relative news, and I don't want to spend too much time talking about this dude, but this is some news that I need us to know. Some people are totally unaware of who this person was, but Charles Pugh is back on the airwaves, everybody. That's all I have to say. I don't know how to say it. Charles Pugh is back on the airwaves.
Since when?
So apparently he joined Coco, Foolish, and Reggie Reg on their radio station. I guess they have an independent radio thing, kind of like this. And he's back on there like he never left.
What was he doing on there? Just
He's gonna be a part of the show.
Oh, he's gonna be a host.
Part of the show.
So
Part of the show.
He left and came back and got his old job.
So I posted about this and I said Generation X is which is the people who are like above us. They're like maybe like 45 up to 60 or something. A lot of them are the R. Kelly defenders, the R. Kelly lovers, by the way. But anyway, they're still. Okay. They're still like anyway. So they and apparently Reggie Reg was always cool. I guess he still stood behind Charles Pugh and whatever.
He was like one of the only people to go visit him.
Right, and I don't know if he necessarily.
What was he cool with him about? Like,
I mean, hey, people can have friends. I guess he was his friend, but from as far as what I've seen,
I believe they're pilot alumni together.
Right, but he was kind of like a defender. He was kind of like a defender.
They went to Murray. I think they went to Murray together. They're both Murray right by.
Okay. So, and a lot of us have met Charles P. before. A lot of us have seen him in our high schools. I've seen him in social settings. Interacted with him on Facebook before. So when people talk about him, we're definitely speaking from a large stance of disappointment.
Yeah.
I
think it was very shocking.
Yeah, for some people it was shot, but a lot of people, some people knew, like we said, like we say, what happens with predators a lot. Some people know, they just don't. So he's back on the airways, and somebody was like, well, does he not deserve a fair chance? And I said, a fair chance at what? They said, oh, well, living a whole full life, living, out, making a living. Okay, he can, he can deserve to make a living for himself, but does he deserve the exact same platform and the exact same privileges that he had prior to being a fucking pedophile, ruining these young men's lives?
This just shows that how he did that was because of the difference in the climate of media nowadays versus when he went in. Right, he doesn't need to go and get hired at a corporate radio station to get on the air and be seen. He already has the publicity that he needs for people to watch him. And nowadays, we have, just like you said, like this, independent platforms that can be created. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing stopping him from doing that. Who's going to stop him from, either creating his own or being a part of one that somebody's opened the door for him?
If you had let Charles Pugh come here and start a show, we would have a motherfucking problem.
No, I'm not talking about here.
I know, I'm just saying, like, that's how I feel.
Yeah, well,
those people. I'm just saying, those people are supporters.
Some people, there's no such thing as bad publicity in today's climate, right?
Oh yeah.
So that's part of it, right? The publicity of him being back on the radio is adding steam to whoever's platform that he's on. You see what I'm saying?
It's fucked up for the victims, and it's fucked up for people who are predators that
adding notoriety, if you will, to say in some people's eyes, to the platform for him to be there.
Yeah.
And let me see what these comments saying.
You gotta have more of a voice, because at the end of the day, he served his debt to society.
And that's another thing. Why don't sexual offenders get more time than what they're given? Just because these people aren't dead does not mean that they haven't ruined these people's lives. And
the same.
Some people who've been sexually assaulted would much rather be dead than what the fuck they're going through. Yeah. So the fact that sexual offense sentences are this short and they're taken lightly, some people don't even serve any time at all, and it's like,
so what do
that shit needs reform.
What do you feel like plausible consequences should be rendered to, as far
this
as
nigga should not be able to be on a large platform like this again. Why don't you go you want to talk? Go to your room and start your own little live session.
But see, that's up for Coco and Foolish to decide, because he's on their platform, right?
Yeah.
So they're the ones that allowed it. Yeah. What is he even talking about, though? What does Charles Pugh has to say?
Honestly, I didn't want to give him too much attention. He loves it.
I mean, you're giving him a lot of attention.
We're about to switch subjects. Trust me.
Okay.
I just want to let motherfuckers know how Gen X is getting down. Like, really, he's back on the way.
But it's not how they getting down. It's how they been down. Like,
how they been.
I was literally talking to it. I got lifted to school this morning.
Hey, Alex.
I got lifted to school this morning. We were talking about how the uncles who molested the nieces and the daughters and all that, they're still invited to the barbecues. But you got your cousin that came out as gay, and nobody invites your cousin to the barbecue. And it's like you're treating these rapists better than you treat somebody who's done nothing wrong to you.
And can we talk about it? Because it's so shameful. And, it's so shameful, supposedly so shameful to them. They don't want to be open about the fact that they don't want anybody to know that they're a fucking rapist, right? Mm-hmm. They're able to be protected. They know they'll be protected. A lot of these predators, especially depending on their demographic.
Because families have too much pride. No one wants to be the mother who has a son that's a rapist.
Nobody wants to embarrass these niggas. That's what I'm trying to get at. Nobody wants to embarrass these niggas.
Yeah, it brings me to y'all saw the Michelle and Dr. Dre story.
Oh boy, yeah.
Oh. Ooh.
You saw it, Marci?
The documentary
old,
yeah, it's on Netflix now though, but it was on Lifetime. But Michelle, look, I had to do that one time.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
But her mom, when she was growing up, her mom infused in her head, like, basically, like, if a man love you enough to hit you, then you gotta, stick with him and things like that. And so it's kind of like all in the same atmosphere.
False idea what love is.
Yeah, and I think back in the day, a lot of women, like on Fences, Viola Davis, I know she just acting, but she was about to take care of Denzel baby. Like, he was married, cheated on her, and the mom died. And so I think
stuff
back
like
in
that happened in real life.
Yeah,
such a story.
And I think women back in the day just put up with A
Well,
lot of things.
amazing survival in some instances.
Yeah,
was
it
amazing survival.
definitely was, and no judgment to anybody that's going through abuse or whatever. But it's just the point that I'm making, that is, it's just kind of like okay, and I think that's what kind of like perpetuates it, because like your surrounding people is just like, okay, like let's just hide it or encourage you to persevere through it and kind of like stick with it. So
yeah, I agree.
yeah, so
I agree. So, with that being said, we're not gonna give him any more energy. We're gonna move on to some more news. Ukraine, of course, they're still beating, Russia's still, and Ukraine's still trying to beat each other's ass, or Russia's still trying to beat.
Hey, they need to come on, because this gas is getting ridiculous, honestly.
Okay.
They need to come on and do what?
Whatever, cause they need to come on and wrap it up, because come on and come. You know when they say you need to come on, it don't mean, I don't know what it means, but it mean they just need to come on now.
Wrap it up.
Come on now.
Cut that shit short.
Yeah.
People are saying, okay, we're gonna hurry this up. I'm gonna come over there and fight and help you fight. People are saying they're going on Ukraine. People are going to Ukraine to help them fight, or donating their guns. Like what? All right.
That shit's stupid.
Say you just want to be
like the fake HU,
like the fake HU coming to the rescue. I don't want people to be like, oh, you're so racist. I'm just saying, listen, we got this HBCU.
I'm about to say, what is the fake HU?
The fake HU.
Hampton Institute.
Oh,
Who?
Hampton Institute.
why you ain't say Hampton University?
Because it used to be called Hampton Institute, but they changed it to Hampton University.
That's shade from a Howard graduate.
Yes, it is. And so we're Howard University. Been like that since the beginning.
If it's been like that
Since
again like that.
1867, right?
Yeah.
And then Hampton Institute was developed, I don't know when, but at some point they changed it to Hampton University so that they too can say HU, but
And they truly believe that they're the real HU. They're
not that they donating to Ukraine. What they doing?
So they said they're offering beds to 50 to 100 students and allowing them to come finish their studies.
Oh, that's admirable.
And check this out.
That's admirable. That's admirable of them.
But listen to these niggas. But if you wanna enroll in the fall, it's gonna be full price.
Nigga, see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Howard would never.
That's some bullshit. Look, we're gonna save
I'm gonna
you
let you.
real
I
quick.
know y'all. I'm gonna save you, but you still owe me.
Okay,
We
if you
gonna
wanna,
get you real used to this, and then when it's time,
You gotta
to
pay
go,
me.
Look, we got financial advisors here.
we got financial advisors. They gotta enroll.
We got you. We'll make sure you're taken
No way
care of.
they do. See. That sound like some Hampton Institute shit.
Okay, and like Kanika said, Hampton didn't extend no courtesies to students from African countries, but Ukrainians. Okay, let's go. Let's come even closer, Nick. It's guys and girls in the hood that could use these scholarships from Hampton.
Mm-hmm.
That literally just all they need was just the
chance.
reason they could a chance. It'd be little stuff as to why some people don't make it to their destination. Housing costs, the last minute filing situation. We've seen all this crazy stuff at these HBCUs where people that could have and should have and wanted to stay could not stay because of some stupid ass financial reason.
I bet you it's an overplay though, because I bet you they getting some kind of like grant or something for helping the Ukrainians out, but then still
It's a big ass tax write off.
yeah, it's something. It's some kind of because
I
sorry.
think it's all for clout because they're one of the people they did the All Lives Matter thing. Remember they kind of like.
Oh, Hampton did?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised. I mean, to a place that won't necessarily allow you to wear a do-rag outside.
Wow.
Yeah, you gotta have. Yeah, Hampton is a different. Listen.
So I went to the university. I visited a few times when I was in high school because the Renaissance Choir went. Shout out to Varsity Chorus. How'd it go, Jasmine? That's beautiful sound. Beautiful. and we went there and they were very strict and I don't know how they are now because like
Strict,
we said,
whack.
Are they still? Because Generation Z don't give a fuck about nobody. You can't tell them what to wear. Respectability politics is a thing. We used to think that looking a certain way would make us not be treated a certain way by white people, by the whites. No. But now we realize that shit. You could tell a young man that he can't wear his do-rag on campus does not give him a better shot at anything.
And he probably gonna make have a damn protest about it.
No.
They like, yeah.
I'm interested with that. Jennifer, if you're around, tell us how it is.
Sorry,
now.
Jennifer.
Jenny from the block.
Yeah, sorry for you.
Hey, Jenny.
Hey,
Jen
hey
Violet.
Jennifer Reed.
Yeah. HU, the fake HU.
High. She went to High.
Hi.
Hampton Institute.
And my thing is, like, why are black people so nice? Why do we always feel like we gotta help somebody? Okay, or look. I mean, let these big universities. Another university did. I think it was was it Chicago? University of Chicago is
Speaking
letting.
of, there was a black guy from Detroit who packed up and went over to Ukraine to fight.
The fuck?
Yeah,
To
what's a
for
fight?
who?
He in
He
the
helped
ar-
Ukraine.
He in the army, like
to go in there.
No, he's
I'm
like a
on-
citizen, like you. He's
oh,
not-
like a regular. I'm about to go over there and help
He
these
just
niggas
helped-
out,
he just
man.
helped Ukraine.
Detroit.
Yeah. A black man from Detroit.
Hey, I need to be his friend. Hey, man, I got to with some bitch. Come help me fight him, dog.
First of all, I don't believe him. I think he met somebody online. He met somebody online. He's about to do the unemployment over there in Ukraine. That's what's going on. He's about to go scam.
Are they even letting people fly there? Like, is he just gassing it? Like, nigga, how you get a regular flight? They shut them all
They probably
down.
fly over there to Poland. And
I'm
then
about to
just
look
hike
it
over
up.
there.
How do I get to Ukraine right now? They gonna be like, you can't go.
Go
red,
Greyhound.
red, red,
Yeah,
red. Ain't nobody flying to Ukraine. You
Go
know,
Greyhound. That's
Niggas
how
be
you gonna
lying. I was over there. Where you been at, man? Nothing. I went to Ukraine real quick.
You know, had to help my people.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, Hampton's president said, I just believe so strongly in helping and serving people. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. That's what his point was.
What about the Hispanics coming over here for refuge?
Oh, we ain't hear nothing about the Hampton from that, right?
It's always so interesting how, and that's why I think it's like a money grab or like a tax write-off because, like you said, it's a lot of
Everything.
black and brown girls in the United States that get kicked, can't finish school for $2,000. Like, help them. Like,
How about that?
but they ain't really helping the Ukrainians though because they got to pay. So
Yeah.
it's like
In the fall.
They gotta pay in the fall, like
Come
right
on.
so they'll get 3 months for free. But they gonna get 6 weeks of school by
They
the
say
end.
we'll let you continue the studies. That means that this semester's already paid for over there in Ukraine anyway. Hampton ain't coming out of shit but some dorms and what? Few extra lunch trays.
Yeah, I found a story. Detroit Free Press. Detroit man, 62,
Oh,
headed to
hell
Ukraine
no.
to fight. This is a
He's
62-year-old man.
He retired from where?
You crazy as hell.
Where did he retire from?
He done left Shap and he don't know what to do.
He has a lot of time on his
Not
hands.
Shap. I'm thinking he like an army veteran. This
No,
motherfucker
he
says
left
Shap.
What's
I
his
said,
story?
inside
y'all-
Pentecostal church on 12 Mile Road, a group of Ukrainian Americans pastors stood around M. Duane Johnson, their hands bowed and hands stretched out, touching the Detroiter in a show of support. Deliver us from evil, said, but. Okay, let's see.
I know what happened. Some 23-year-old broke his heart. He don't want to kill himself. He's going over here to die.
Not the 23-year-old.
Yeah, surrounding the friends. Okay, so
He
Friday,
married his
March
granddaughter's
4th.
birthday party.
Friday, March 4th, 2022, Johnson says he's heading to Ukraine on Wednesday to fight in the front lines against the Russian invasion.
Oh, he want to die. That's what it is.
The front line.
He's going to the front lines.
Damn.
You fighting the wrong shit, bro. You gotta fight
62 years
arthritis
old.
first.
Yeah, you got to fight hypertension.
Damn. He ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it.
You gotta fight scabies, all
Yeah,
types of shit.
hypertension. That's
Bro,
what
you
you
said he's trying to fight hypertension. He needs to fight hypertension.
62, man. Where's his
fight
family?
Alzheimer's. About
The same, they told him about that. I'm telling you, them younger. I worked in a psych unit, and one guy was up there, and I was like, "What he up here for?" And I read his chart. Literally, a young girl broke his heart. He was just crying all day for 3 weeks in the psych unit. These 23-year-olds is treacherous.
What did he think? What did he think she wanted?
I don't know, but he was in there crying like a motherfucker. God damn.
So he wasn't even out of his mind. He just needed.
He just heart broke. Broke his spirit.
Depressed and heartbroken. He just told me, and I was like, "Dog, like, what is you doing with this young girl?" And this was like 10 years
How old was he?
ago.
You said, Ray?
He was like 64.
And she was 23.
Oh, that is funny. I thought you said it was a young guy.
And now he dead ass wrong.
Well, shit, he probably dead now. How
about
long
to
was
say-
that?
No,
ago?
I'm gonna say he's dead.
20
Oh,
That might have been 2010, 2011.
And yeah, he might not even be here no more. He thought he was about to.
he
She
wrong.
broke his heart. She broke his heart. It's over.
He wrong.
Oh man.
That man died of a broken heart, man. Messing around with these young Detroit chicks.
See, he
We
made
should
it.
not laugh about that.
But they be knowing what they doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
It used to be a thing. I wanted. I'm not gonna say if it happened or not. Like, dang, I just want a old ass sugar daddy just for like a month, pay off some shit for me, and then.
We'll talk later.
Oh, Marcy, you know the plug.
I think I know a few sites.
I
I know a few websites. I think I know a few websites to refer you
you
to.
see how they do? They ain't even hide it no more.
I
Look,
mean,
each
if
one
you don't-
teach one.
It's a mutual beneficial relationship.
She can too.
No, y'all be wanting a sugar daddy and don't want to get a sugar daddy no sugar.
I know because they don't
and
require
then end
the
up in
older.
the psych ward.
But the older they get, the less you got to do, right? Like I just,
Ooh.
I agree.
yeah, shit. He know what he doing. You don't think
Affirmative.
you don't think these old men like get 20-year-olds? You think they really think the 20-year-olds like them?
Look, I see.
I think they want to believe it. I mean, sometimes maybe the 20. No, yeah. I think
There's
they wanna
no way
believe
you
it.
can think
They just
that
wanna believe
with
it.
all these fine, young-looking men that she like your ass.
She likes you as a dad, and that's a problem. And a lot of men need to
A
understand
sugar
that.
dad.
Like
Okay.
smooth stuff. He like aged cognac.
A lot of people they confuse what lover's supposed to be. And nobody's supposed to be like your parent, really, no matter what age they are.
Aged cognac, aged bone marrow, more like fucking
He like Parmesan.
cactus, huh?
Parmesan. That's what he like. She
Wait.
love that.
So wait.
Let's
I'm
go
gonna
to
try
the
this. I'm gonna try this dream from Inner Circle Winery. It's 15% alcohol and CBD.
Uh-oh.
Jasmine's about to be feeling good over here. I'm still working on the waterberry.
You babysitting.
Okay, well while you hit that, we're gonna update them on Brittany Griner. She's still in Russia.
Give me a shot.
Yeah, have you a banana split?
Let me see. Dream.
Griner is still there. She's still they're extending her being locked up. A lot of people are confused. They're saying that she's vanished. Well, that's what clickbait does. The article title said how can an American pro basketball player just vanish? They're not saying she's vanished in Russia. For what we know that she's still in the jail and people are in communication with her. But the question was, how can she just vanish and people not really know about it? Or people, like I said last episode, they did not even tell us when she was arrested. They told us a month later that she was even arrested.
Right. Mm-hmm. So how accurate can we hold this information? Was my point about her coming up missing and where they say she is
and why she went missing,
her condition, why she went missing, all of that. You know what I mean? Yeah,
we don't know her condition. People are saying that they've spoken with her, but they did say that her bed is too small.
I imagine.
Yeah, she only 12 feet tall. I mean, goddamn.
Yeah. What, like 6'4",
Yeah.
6'6"?
What do prisons and jails do for the tall?
What
Nothing.
do they do for the tall?
Nothing.
If anybody has an answer to that question, please give us a call.
Any tall people been to jail?
Kanika, if
I've
you
been
have
in
any
prison.
experience with that, I know.
I worked in prison.
Oh.
The beds are like the prison I worked in. The beds were raised concrete. Mm-hmm. So you have you have raised concrete. Then you have a mat. That's it. So if your feet off of the mat, then your feet off of the mat.
How long is the mat and how long is the concrete?
The mat is like it's like a child's bed. It's like a twin bed, smaller than that.
Oh my God.
If you're above 6 feet, don't go to jail.
Don't commit no
If
crimes.
you're above 6 feet, just don't go to jail. Period.
Oh, don't go to jail. And
Make it all the 5'11" people criminals.
Because apparently crime was only committed by short people.
Yeah, that's it.
the tall people were too busy in sports.
Or they don't care about the tall people. Your tall ass shouldn't have been doing that.
Are they just tall and they running fast? And they
There
get
we
away
go.
with
That's
it?
how they get
people-
away. Tall people get away.
Longer legs. Longer legs.
Figured it out.
So
Purple Passion is the one that I have. Purple Passion.
Is that CBD?
This is actually CBD and 14%. Which one did you have? You had.
I have Dream 15%.
Okay.
And the first hit, yeah.
I'm gonna have to carry all y'all ass out the studio.
Yeah.
I got water.
She
I still
spilled
have
that
the
one.
waterberry.
Well, you saved the third one for somebody else, damn it. You're going to drink them all and shit. Put that back. You're going to drink them and look, can't give niggas nothing. Give nigga an inch, you're going to grass it all the way down.
I'm trying to help Tiffany out at Inner Circle.
I'm talking shit. She
Try
going to
her,
bring some more. She going to bring some
try
more.
her shit out.
Jasmine gonna fuck around and buy a whole set.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There we go. So, Griner, of course, her family is worried to death, and like I said, Russia has very strict LGBTQ protocols.
Oh, is that what it's about?
No, I don't know if that's what it's about, but I'm just saying we don't know what the fuck going on in that jail. We don't know how they treating her.
Man,
You
prayers
know?
up, prayers up.
So
I'm gonna say that.
You know they smoking weed in Russia, right?
And you know what? Did she
A
really
little
try
vial
to?
of oil is what all of this is about. A little jar of oil. It ain't even flour. It's oil. You don't know. She might be using it as lotion. You don't know what the fuck she not.
Or if she even really had it.
If she even.
Because how she get it over there? She been over there hooping. So where she get it? Like,
Right, where she buy the vape from, and is the vape illegal to have in Russia, or
is it
illegal
that
to
damn
fly?
serious? No.
Yeah, it's not that damn
That's the
serious.
point. Is it that serious?
I'm gonna tell you what
It's
happened.
10
not.
years.
Russia
serious.
fucked up the bag. We were talking about it today on Facebook. Everybody remember the Dave Chappelle joke where they were like, where he was like, you know, when they have a black hostage, they'll call like, hey, we have a black, and then they hang up. Honestly, like, that's how this is. It's like they fucked up the bag. They was like, oh, we need to do something. Oh, she's one of the greatest basketball players they have over there.
Let's try.
When it got her black ass, and then America is really responding like they are now. It's not getting the news coverage it should get. The president hasn't said shit. Nothing against the
Damn,
ball
Biden
boy.
ain't say nothing.
Biden been on.
I hate to say it, but if it was Trump would have said some shit.
Kamala didn't say nothing.
Because when Ball
No,
went over there,
she went
what
to
did
the
the
real
Ball
Asian.
boy go over there and steal? He stole some Gucci or something like that.
Who?
Not LaMelo.
His
Ball,
brother.
Ball.
But yeah,
one
and
of the Ball.
Trump got him up out of there.
Got him up out of China. In China, they know.
Do y'all
China
miss
had
Trump?
a-
Y'all miss Trump?
He's funny. He's
I miss the entertainment
yeah, it was funny. Like what you say he did today?
and the checks.
What did he tweet today?
They kicked that man off social media. We ain't never had no president.
No, he ain't give
Social
no
media.
fucks. They say he's trying to run again next time.
Yeah, he
Wake
is.
up,
Yeah, yeah.
wake up every day like this nigga. What do you say now?
Yeah,
I promise you, I ain't never
this
been
purple
like, man,
passion
the
is-
president ain't saying nothing?
Yeah.
yeah. This dream is good too.
What does purple passion taste like?
Purple passion tastes like purple.
Tastes like
pine-
purple.
I mean, not purple. I'm
How about
sorry.
it tastes like purple passion?
See, that's letting me know that what level I'm on. It's not even purple passion. It's fucking pineapple passion. So,
Oh,
ladies
okay.
and gentlemen, so that's what it tastes like.
Pineapple passion.
Pineapple.
Okay, that sounds good. Kadika said the whole White House has been silent. You know, that's
Literally.
But let it have been a little white boy. Okay, the one that went over and stole the sign in what, South Korea?
North Korea.
North Korea.
Okay, so check this out. So
I don't know what
the
North
is-
Korea is like a motherfucker. I know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they sent him back half dead. All right,
They did.
with worms coming
See,
to his head.
and then
Right.
between North Korea, I think North Korea and Russia, well, China as well. It's probably the three worst places you would want to
I don't want to go to jail. Neither of them.
Either one of them places.
At all. I don't go to jail at all.
Especially North Korea.
Yeah, I don't even know why I would be in North Korea. I don't have it. Like I don't want to go to North Korea.
I don't
You
even.
don't.
South Korea though is nice, but North.
I get scared googling North
So what do
Korea.
you feel?
okay?
What do you feel about the narrative as a basketball coach, Coop? About how they say, since we talking about Brittany Griner, I've seen a couple of people make posts about how if the lady players was getting paid more and they didn't have to go play overseas, we
She
wouldn't be
wouldn't have
dealing
come.
with this situation.
I think that's irrelevant.
No, I feel that way.
But people have been going over to play overseas for decades.
No,
I
but-
think the women go because they play 2 seasons essentially. They play in the WNBA, which is like
Short as hell.
4 months,
Yeah.
and then they go because their WNBA contract is probably. I mean, Brittany Griner is probably making a couple $100,000, but and then they go get $1 million from a Russia team to play for 8 months. So what would you do? And that's why they do it. And so
I read that it's not uncommon for most of them to that never
overseas.
have off time.
because NBA players
NBA
they ain't
players,
going.
they
They not going to play overseas during the off season. They don't need to.
Not all the time, or they just don't.
They don't need to.
They
They don't.
don't. They're making enough. Like the
Yeah.
only NBA players that are going to play overseas is when your career is dwindling, or
Yeah.
they're not getting offered the money that they were getting offered.
Yeah.
Or like prior
Like,
to you
Steph-
going to the NBA, maybe.
No, it's not even prior.
After.
No,
It's
prior
not
to.
prior. Prior
Okay.
to you going to the NBA, you in the G League.
Yeah.
I'm about to say that's like the NBA graveyard. Is that safe to say?
Basically,
Something
like
that?
your career is kind of on the downward.
Yeah, on the
slope,
downward.
and
The
you-
NBA graveyard.
And it doesn't matter how old you are, because I noticed some really young. We have friends who did that.
Yeah, and they may not. They may not just have been. They may not have made it to the NBA, but they can be pros in other countries,
Yeah.
and so
Or they played a little bit in the NBA, and then what is that about? They played like maybe a year or so, maybe
they. I mean, like
their
it might.
contracts might
Yeah,
expire.
like,
they just don't.
didn't get renewed.
Yeah.
Didn't get renewed. That's it.
Okay,
Because like you got some people like Stephon Marbury in China, they say he's like Jordan, but over here he wasn't respected.
Oh.
Towards the end of his career.
Yeah, towards the end of his career, like now.
Yeah, because he was
over
he was
yeah.
he was the truth when he was in his prime.
Yeah, we had issues. I had a couple issues for sure.
Oh, Alita just checked in, y'all.
What's up?
Hello, Alita. We
Hello,
miss you.
hello.
Hey, girl.
And we're thinking about you, sister.
And we're thinking about you,
Yes,
definitely.
Yes.
I almost said something to you across the table. So, like you said, that they're blaming. So I feel like that point is just kind of like.
It's a diversion. It's not really relevant to the point. I feel like.
Yeah,
I mean, I
they're
would just
saying,
wonder
why
what
she over there to begin with? That's what they're saying.
Yeah,
Why she over there to begin with? But a lot of the disappointment is, why don't we know more? Why aren't we pressing about knowing about
like
why
she's
she's
there? Like that's besides the fact now. Like she's over there. She's
Right.
captured. Let's get her the fuck home.
And I think people don't want to
you-
think that far.
I'll give you another, like, why we don't know more. Like, Russia is like a super Russia's like China. Like, China, I go over there, I can't go on Facebook. Like, their whole internet is like.
Oh yeah,
And Russia
that's
is
what
the
happened when
same
we went to
way.
China.
It's
That's
like-
the
I
same
went to
thing with
China.
Russia now, from what I understand.
Yeah,
Like
it's
they have like a dead zone. Like they
have to go through a proxy
digital
or-
wall or something.
They call it a proxy or anonymous server. I had to go through when the choir went
Like
to
a
China.
VPN or something like that.
No, it's an anonymous server, so kind of like Google, but I guess I don't know why it's considered anonymous. Like I guess it's like a dark web thing.
because
I don't know.
because it's off of the World Wide Web. It's
Yeah.
not connected to the World Wide Web.
Got it. Okay, so we had to go through that and get on like Twitter and Facebook. We couldn't get on
They
it.
probably
they're
stole all the
monitoring all of
information.
that
They probably
shit.
stole all the information out your phone.
Of course.
I broke the law in China.
Don't say that.
So they probably logged.
Psych.
Nah, they might come
Psych.
get you.
Speaking of Chinese, I went to the Asian market the other day, y'all. I went to the Asian market.
Speaking of
2 days
Chinese,
ago.
I went to the Asian market.
I went to the. It's called Oriental something. You know, like I was. So listen, I went there and I went to the back, and I know exactly what I was going in there for. They have ducks hanging from the ceiling, not from the ceiling, but hanging from the top.
Yeah.
Straight up ducks. I should
Were
have
they
brought you
alive?
some.
They were still.
No,
They did. They dried out.
no, they weren't dried out. They were roasted.
Oh, you roasted.
So is that the damn picture you sent me of the plate? What's that shit?
Yeah, post it. I forgot I sent that to you. Y'all want to
Roasted
see
duck?
the duck that I got this weekend? It was delicious. I should have brought you on
Yeah,
some.
duck is great.
Yeah, it was very gamey.
I actually had some duck before. That was
It was good.
Yeah, duck is good.
Yeah, it was good. This one was pretty fat. Like it was a lot of fat on it. Like the last duck I had hadn't had
They even make
that
like
much
a
fat.
dip. It's like duck.
well. The
fat, like
duck
you
that I
can
had,
dip.
it kind of fit. It was the shape, and it looked like lamb chops to me. Was it what it looked like?
Okay,
I don't know how
The way they cut it up.
or whatever the hell they did, but it was like a lamb chop.
it was delicious. It was delicious. So, praying for you, Griner. You know, make it on back over here. And we were going to talk about. So the point is to why the point of why this is not talked about. Why we don't know more specifics and why this is not blown up actually relates to the questions I've been asking some of my friends all week, because me and Ricky got into an argument about why the WNBA hasn't it's not at its full potential, you know. And so from I asked people, do you watch pro sports? Do you watch women pro sports? Why or why not? And you know, a lot of people that I thought were sports jocks, a few people sent me back messages, I don't watch sports. People stop watching sports. I don't know when the fuck that. Well, I think I know when it started happening. When maybe a lot of BS. But I asked Walter. Oh, I don't watch sports. All right.
Have you had him on the show?
Yes.
Okay. Go
Yes.
ahead.
And he and this is a baseball head. You know what I mean? He stopped watching pro sports. All right. I know he would have had a great opinion on it. I asked my dad about it. You know, my dad was a coach. By the way, he says hello, Jasmine.
Hey.
Congrats, Detroit Edison
Thank you.
and Coach Brown. And so I asked my brother. He's a personal trainer. I asked Meathead. I asked Derek Knight. I asked Chanel. Chanel don't watch sports. I asked my cousin. You know, he lives in Connecticut. And so I asked him, I said, and one of the questions I asked was, do you believe that the WNBA has been given a chance to be a successful organization, more successful than what it is? Do you think it has been given a fair chance in its lifespan? And honestly, a majority of people said no when it came down to it. So my dad, basically, his point was my point. I did some research. I realized, and I know that the NBA owns half the WNBA, and then the other 12 teams in the WNBA owns WNBA. Some people made a point, and this was kind of Ricky's initial point, but he later on mentioned this is not exactly his point. Some people said women's sports aren't as interesting. Well, UConn stands completely say different. I mean, my cousin in Connecticut told me UConn women's basketball runs that joint, and they fill the stands before the football team. I mean, we'll talk about intensity, but whatever. So, my question to my dad was, why do you think the WNBA, ain't got on yet, for real? And he said, well, of course, the sponsors. If the sponsorship is coming from the NBA, and those sponsors primarily want to cater to the NBA's audience, why would... I mean, the NBA and the WNBA do share a bit of an audience, but the WNBA has a hell of a bigger audience. I mean, way more vast if you actually think about other businesses that could be connected. I mean, the NBA sponsors, it's a very small percentage of their money goes towards the WNBA, and they're actually trying to change that. They're doing a revamp right now. They raised $75 million.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The funding includes investments from Nike, Condoleezza Rice, Auntie Condoleezza Rice.
Condoleezza Rice.
Condoleezza Rice put up some millions.
Laureen Powell Jobs, Paul Gasol, in the NBA and the WNBA.
Paul Gasol.
Paul Gasol.
Okay, who is that?
Basketball.
Oh, Laker legend.
The NBA and WNBA team owners and other sports and business figures. They're going to take a huge step forward in transforming the league and getting us an economic model that is worthy of the players on the court. That's what Commissioner Kathy said. Mm-hmm. What were you going to say, Jasmine?
Yeah, the WNBA players fly commercial flights still.
They still pay. Yeah, they fly commercial.
When they do fly private,
and they have to pay.
They
have to pay.
got to pay the fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, New York just had to pay $1 million. Almost, it was $1 million fine, but they knocked it down to
The Liberty,
$500,000.
yeah.
Why in the fuck would it be a fine for not flying like?
Because okay, so check it out. They believe that it's a disadvantage. Say your team not making a lot of money, y'all got to fly commercial, so y'all got to go through blah 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 blah. My team flies private. We don't got to go through bag check. We don't got to do that. We don't got to worry about delayed flights. We fly. We get to the game.
It's less stress on them.
It's less stress. But the thing is, New York has the money to do that. Their team owners have the money to say, all right, we're going to fly. Look,
it's 15 players, all right? Hell yeah, they have the money to pay for every flight. One of them...
It's private, though. He's saying they got the money to pay for the private flights.
Private flights.
Right, I'm agreeing with you.
And I don't know how true this or accurate this is, Raheem. You may know a little bit more about this, but I heard something along the lines of the entire WNBA salary combined is, I believe, 1/3 of the salary of the Detroit Pistons team.
I believe it's one of the Pistons players has that whole WNBA salary. Mm. So honestly, what we got? How many teams in the WNBA? 12.
12.
Yeah.
Okay, so 12. Then you got 15 players. 12 times 15.
Yeah, that's only 60.
And then say most of them are averaging 200,000.
So one player on the Detroit Pistons makes more money than the entire WNBA, is what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Probably one team, but it's still one team.
And guess what? Here we go. We can say, oh, the WNBA doesn't pull in enough money. Okay, fine. Well, let's talk about why. Because there's clearly a desire to see women playing basketball. Why does it drop off after women's college basketball?
Okay, so
why does it just fall up?
You ready?
Sure.
Okay, so in my eyes, first off, the worst player on the WNBA team can play 100 times better than me. But check this out. WNBA players play a great game of fundamental basketball.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people said that. I got a lot of responses saying that when they like women's basketball, the men and women who said it was all men who said that they watch women's basketball because it's more fundamental. I think we watched women's basketball before, haven't we? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fundamental game, and the thing is, people who love a fundamental game are
It's
people
on right now.
Yeah, look at it.
Oh, it's on right now.
Yeah. So check it out.
'Cause
People
Mark
that
likes
love a
sports.
fundamental game are people who have played organized basketball. People who have coached organized basketball. Older people like Greg Popovich, he hates that everybody's shooting threes now. You know why? Because they're losing the fundamentals of basketball. They're not posting up. They're not going left or right. They're literally pulling up, shooting threes.
It's kind of like classical basketball.
It's classical basketball.
It's a 3-point contest.
It's a 3-point contest.
Well, you saying the NBA is.
In the NBA, yeah.
But you saying women's basketball is classical
it's
basketball.
Fundamental. Like, the thing is, count one season of NBA dunks, and it blows past WNBA dunks for the whole since it's been in inception.
NBA basketball is more of a
It's more of a show.
more of a show. There you go. Okay.
And the thing is,
but there still is a crowd. There still is a market for people who want to watch women's basketball.
Yeah, but to that
court.
point though, back when the NBA first started, it was no show. It was like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was bullshit.
But they had a ton of fans then, and
they didn't.
People love basketball back
They
then.
loved basketball, but not like now. Like, and as far as the money goes,
But what I'm saying is, it was still people wanted to watch it even when it was still boring. I know the game has evolved. See, I don't. It's not a women versus men thing for me. I like college basketball better than the NBA or the
I like college ball.
I don't want to watch the NBA. Is boring most of the time unless it's some key matchups because don't nobody play defense. It's just kind of like
it's all about betting. It's for the bettors now.
Yeah, and so like during the playoffs and championship, you watch it, but it's so I prefer college sports anyway.
I don't see my dad watching much pro ball either.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people who are athletes, they're not really into professional. Not allowed, but some people I see slowly but surely, especially when the NFL started that shit. People really started pulling away from professional sports. They felt like college sports. Well, the passion is there.
Yeah,
the passion is definitely there.
They're not millionaires.
They're not millionaires. And I was talking to my cousin. He was what did he say? College basketball, you can. He said he knows more of those players, but he's a UConn too. It's like. He don't really know many of the NBA players. He said he only know Larry Bird's daughter. That's all he knows.
That's also a thing too. Like NBA has all of these 30 for 30s and blah blah blahs and shows that branch off. The WNBA's players have no shows that branch off. Like I'm not saying put them on a whatever they do. What's Kardashian
shows that branch off?
Branch off to. I want to know what you do on a day to day. I want to know how you live.
They sensationalize the NBA, the NBA, and a lot of other, the NFL too. The ESPN has come up with soap operas about these players.
And
I mean,
that's it.
People didn't know that they wanted to see any of that until it started coming on. Nobody gave a damn about what people's home life and what their wife and kids were doing.
What was the first reality show? Who started this? Was it Tyra Banks?
The first reality
show? It was a Real House. I mean, Real World versus Real World.
Real World.
Yeah.
But that shit was real reality.
Yeah.
It was like moving to a house, you don't have no phone.
No friends.
You got one house phone.
Yes.
And live and just the universe is gonna take care of it and cause drama. Yeah. That's the other stuff is like stage.
MTV, man.
You couldn't stage Real World and Road Rules. That's
motorhome.
Oh, that's what I want for
their houses was nice though.
Check this out. So, WNBA has recently been getting, in my homeboy group consensus, more attractive players, more players who look more feminine. Because when WNBA started out, it was a lot of tall women, and they were this and that and blah blah blah.
You mean women who think you
think
like you? You mean?
But you know what? That's not all the way true because I remember like Tina Thompson. I don't know if you know her. Oh, her lipstick was on every game.
Oh, for sure.
Lisa Leslie, even though she's tall, she was always very feminine. I think it's such a it's mind boggling how. You know how a lot of the players look now. It's sad, but I think
how they look like what? How do they look?
Masculine, because I think it's like a stereotype. Like even I played basketball throughout high school, and
she was my captain in JV.
And people just assumed that I liked girls just because.
Absolutely, we were straight up lesbians,
and I didn't, and I just like
they thought we were studs.
I think a lot of girls like now, even some girls that I coach. I don't think that they're really gay. I think that they feel like they have to be because that's like something that the society kind of puts on them to be like.
In basketball, we are encouraged to be tomboys. Yeah. They treat us like boys a lot of times too.
Yeah.
In basketball, when we were growing up.
I just like sports, but I like ball.
And and on our team, ball.
Shit.
And you know what? I sucked.
Talking about high school.
Talking about basketball.
Oh, okay.
Talking about basketball.
Right.
We talking about bowling. We talking about bowling.
You sucked that. You sucked balling.
I sucked that ball. I
sucked
sucked balling. I sucked that balling. Oh my god.
Lord.
Anyway.
What are they even talking about?
I'm off the bench. What are they talking about?
Yeah, but I definitely would like to see more like WNBA players. I want to see.
Because
okay. So
Well-
check this out. The only reason I watch NBA now because look, everybody's in there. I seen them play. The only reason I watch it now if I put money on the game. If I put 50 on the game, I'm watching.
The WNBA is also in the worst season that you can have sports. It's in the summer. I'm trying to be
They're competing.
outside.
They're competing with the NBA summer league and all that stuff. That's another
thing,
point.
they
Because
don't have enough
baseball,
games.
because baseball in the summer, but it's a sport. You go, you know, and
Yeah, they had 2 games a day.
It's outdoors.
yeah,
here.
but yeah, the WNBA is in the summertime. Like in the summer, that's your least. That's a lot of shows don't even have seasons during the summer.
But then, what would
because-
you rather have it having at the same time that the
I'm not
NBA
saying have it at the same time. I'm just saying like I think that's another thing that
Another reason why it's not as watched.
Or
Watch.
spread it like somewhere like WNBA doesn't have enough games. Like if they when
They can't afford them. They
when
only
we
got. They don't even got
put in
enough.
the bubble. When we got put in the bubble for the NBA, it was terrible. Nobody wanted to watch. They don't
Oh,
even
the
call
bubble.
it a real
Oh,
season.
for the,
they call it the
pandemic.
bubble season.
Yeah, that wasn't real. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's
Wow.
like, what is it? 48 games in the WNBA?
I don't remember,
50
but I don't even know. But I don't want to. We're kind of going over time here.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, but we're going to finish the discussion because we have like 1 or 2 more topics that we haven't even touched yet. We didn't even get a chance to talk about Leah Thomas, the swimmer. So, the last thing I wanted to say about this was, as far as like you said, the summertime, they did say that they did have a streaming deal. I think it was with Google and Amazon.
Okay.
It was supposed to be in the summer. They were supposed to stream all their games, but they were in too much competition with the summer games. So it was like.
The summer league.
Yeah, the summer league and a few other summer sports that were going on.
Yeah.
I really want to finish this conversation. I hope that I can get y'all two back on the next show.
For sure, I'll be here.
Mark is telling me to wrap it up, which we need to because we're going over time and I was already late. I'm pushing it. Thank you for everybody who stopped by. Thank you for everybody in the comments. Good night, and I'll see y'all at the very least. I will see y'all next Monday. Okay. Share. Good night.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.